looking at industry fragmentation, segmenting market shares, barriers to entry. The team that I have in Bangalore answers a lot of this for us because they're the source of doing a lot of the business intelligence that we have in clearing a lot of these points up. And then we make our IP strategy based on that. So our IP, very simply, the IP strategy is 100% based on the business strategy of the company. It is lockstep, it is in parallel, and it works together. It cannot work separately, otherwise it'll never work as a company. So we look at the value model, we have to decide how our IP is going to play in the business model. Is it going to be an exclusivity? Do we want to make sure that others are not doing what we're doing? Do we want to have commercial mitigation? Do we want to have a defensive play that we're trying to do? We evaluate our current patent utilization and look at our exclusivity enforcement level. And then we look at our benefits. When I say sector IP benefits model, that's basically a model that we have to assess the value of IP. So we have a very sophisticated financial model that says, putting aside the money that we might generate in licensing, what is the real value of that intellectual property? And one can take the aspects of being able to charge premium profits, right? Premium profits that you have on your products, being able to have this degree of exclusivity. You can translate that into numbers. And we do that. We put it into a sophisticated model, and I have a meeting once a month and once every quarter with my general managers of the businesses, and I explain to them, I say, as a result of having the portfolio that we have, this is the dollar value of that to your bottom line. This is how much you're achieving in these premium profits, and they get that. It's very, very easy, and that makes it so much easier for companies to get that, I guess, the buy-in from the businesses. They can relate to those dollars. So that's what we're doing. And then we look at the portfolio management. As I mentioned, we look at the gaps. We define the IP needs. We look at the portfolio generation opportunities, and then we have the right mix of everything. Trademarks, patents, design, domain names, all of that. We look at that holistically, and then we define these protection layers, country filing schemes, decide where we're doing business as Philips, and decide where we want to file in those countries, because it's, as you know, it's very expensive to file, so you want to make sure you do it in the right way. And then there's business implications on the back end, which is really looking at risks and opportunity, looking at decision to enter a market, adjacency, reviewing plans to continue a business, et cetera. And so the last slide I have here is on proactive. So you have to be proactive in looking at your portfolio management process, which enables your structural capturing of this IP value. And this is where it gets to the growth, right? So you're building this portfolio to generate that growth for your business. So it starts with the needs identification. You define the short term, the medium term, and most importantly, in my estimation, the long-term needs of the business. And you create a plan according to that strategy. And then you're doing all types of opportunity filtering, case development, case realization. You're assessing your inflow and building a portfolio from all the sources, internal, external sources. You have to have the right mix of what I call organic versus inorganic growth. Organic being, you know, the R&D investment that you make, the investment in a lot of the innovation that happens within your company. And the inorganic growth is looking at what others have or partnering with others that already have that, to get you a leapfrog into that market and to allow you to have freedom of action at a much quicker pace. And then the ongoing optimization and revaluation, maintaining it. We're constantly doing revaluations of our portfolio every year, so we know exactly what's in it. We call out the things which we don't no longer need. We either sell them, we license them, or we just let them lapse. And so that's an important operation as well. When you have a big portfolio the size of ours, you really need to make that determination. And then you have capturing the value. We have a very robust licensing program. I'm proud to say that we, it's been historically a very, very good program and a good revenue generator for us. But once again, that's not the prime reason why we have an IP organization. The IP organization exists for freedom of action for our company, so we can continue to sell the products and services in the market without fear of issues. And then you decide what you want to terminate and what you want to expire. So that's really a strategy-driven approach within Philips, and I think it makes sense for any company to look at this business strategy driving the IP.